Hey guys, so doing a little bit of reloading tonight, so I figured I'd go through the steps and just show you guys how I do it. I know there's hundreds of ways people do it, and there's a lot of people that are basically OCD about it. I definitely don't do it fancy, and probably by a lot of people's standards it's not the right way, but I've never had any problems with my hand loads. You know, no excessive pressure, no chamber damage, or whatever the common problems are with reloading. So I'm going to start with cases that I already decapped and resized, just because I actually want to go shoot soon, so I need to get them done. But this is 6.5 by 55 Swedish, and basically just need to trim the case lengths, prime them, and then put a powder charge and press the bullet in. So I'll be doing those steps tonight. So what I use to measure the case length, it's the Lee Precision case length gauge, go figure. So you just slide your case on, and it basically can't trim them shorter or longer than they need to be, so it's pretty slick. I usually check a few with my calipers just to make sure that it's where it's supposed to be, and then I just go for it. I'll show you how I do it, but I usually put it in a drill to make it a little faster. Alright, so I'm just going to do one more, so I figured I'd get closer so you can see what I was doing. So you probably see I was having some trouble. You really have to twist it to make sure it's locked in good, but I get lazy sometimes. So yeah, I put that in the drill, put my case in there, give it a good turn, put the trim guide in there. Sometimes you have to kind of wiggle it to get it to hit the neck, and then you just hold pressure and turn it, and you can see all the brass falling off. You go till it stops, and I back it out once to make sure there's nothing holding it off of there, and I go one more time, and that's it. So then we'll go to the next step. I'm only going to do 30. So what I do next is deburr it. I don't know if you can see, but there's some sharp edge on the neck there. You want to make sure that's all off, or else when you're seating the bullet it can scratch it and it goes in kind of difficult, which you don't want either of those to happen. See, this one's got a bigger rim on it. So we're going to take that off. So I do the outside first, and I just give it one twist with this deburr, and then I do the inside one, not even a full twist, like a half twist, and it cleans the edge up real nice. So I have to do that to all 4 steps. Alright, so those are all done. So next what I usually do is, this is a brush for the inside of the case, and you put it in there and spin it to make sure there's no powder residue in there, because then that can mess with your case capacity and stuff. So you can see quite a bit come out of there, but I don't do that every time I reuse the brass. I probably should, but I'm lazy. So usually every other time I'll clean out the inside of the brass, and then I'll clean out the primer pocket too. You should do it every time, I would imagine, but I don't. Okay, so cleaned the inside of all of them with my brush. So now the brush actually unscrews off this handle, because it's a little kit I got from Reading. Came with a couple of brush sizes, and it comes with these, deburring tool for the primer pocket. So it cleans a lot of the carbon out and make sure that the primers seat all the way in. So you just put it right back on the same handle, and probably can't see because I got crappy lighting down here, but in that primer pocket is quite fouled up, so I'm going to clean all these out. So yeah, sorry. What you do is you just put the primer pocket cleaner right in there and spin it, and you can just see carbon and powder residue and all kinds of grime falling right out of there. Alright, so that step is done. So next I'm going to be priming them. So the whole time I'm doing that, and all of the steps that we just did, all three of them, every time I'm spinning the case, I'm looking for cracks in the neck and right in the side of the case, or signs that I shouldn't be using the brass anymore, because I really don't want one to blow up in my gun, because that would suck. So yeah, next I'm going to prime it. And another thing, most people want to use the same brand of brass, same batch of brass, you know, if they get really particular. All of this brass is mismatched. I have some Herder's brass, I have some PPU brass, I have some once fired Remington core lock brass, I have some Norma. I have some, what else do I have in here? I know I've got a couple other ones. Hornady. And I thought I had one more brand. Winchester. So I've got 6 kinds of brass out of 30 rounds. So, not sure how much that affects accuracy, but I get some pretty accurate loads, so can't really imagine it does a whole lot. Alright, so I'm going to be using some Federal 210 large rifle primers. The way I load up my primer, if I can get these out. There's one missing. Oh, there it is. So I have 30 cases to prime, so just slide it open to 3 rows of 10, and then I hold this upside down, and then I flip it. And then when you shake these a little bit, they automatically right themselves where they're supposed to. Sometimes you have to flip a couple over, but see, I got a couple stubborn ones on there. You don't really want to get finger grease all over them. So this primer isn't as good as my last one, but it works. So you just slide your brass in. You're supposed to point it away from your face and away from anything, like you don't have open powder around like this when you're doing it, because if for some reason it goes off, it could do a chain reaction. So I usually hold them away from myself and pull all the way, and make sure that it's seated flush. Don't want it sticking out at all. And that's that stuff. Alright, so those are all primed. I also have some more over here that I did that step to a while back. They're all primed and ready to go. I keep them, if I'm not going to load them right away, I keep them upside down so dust doesn't collect in them. So I'm going to be loading at least some of them. I don't know if I'll get to all of them, but so I'm going to be using 130 grain tipped Sierra Match Kings and Winchester 760 powder. So yeah, Winchester 760. I'm going to put a little more in my powder dispenser and put some in my tripler. So this is cheap little Frankfurt Arsenal digital scale. I've cross-checked this with my Reading mechanical scale a ton of times to make sure it's accurate, and it's good. So I've been using it and I've had good luck with it. So you check it with this weight to make sure the scale's still on. This is 500 grams. So you put it on there. It's coming in, or 50 grams, sorry. It's coming in at 50.005, so it's pretty good. So I've been doing 26 or 2.690 grams. I think I want to step that up to 2.7 because I didn't like how it was grouping last time. So I'm going to add just a touch to my charge. So then what I do is I take my funnel and stick it on there, take my charge, dump it in, tap. So I don't wait. A lot of people will pre-charge however many rounds they're doing, 50 or whatever, and they'll set them back in here with powder in them. I don't do that because I'm too forgetful and I don't want to double charge it or spill them or have stuff get in them, and I'll start all over. So as soon as I put the powder in it, just set the bullet on top, go here to my press, which I already preset. Start it a little bit, make sure it's going in straight. And then I finish. So that looks like it's setting a little deep. So I guess I was wrong because that's about as close as you can get. But if we take some of my roots. So yeah. It checks out, so that one's ready to fire and should be match grade ammo. That's the whole point of reloading. My whole point. Well, that's all I'm doing tonight. I'm gonna go to bed. So that's one box of match grade ammo, and it took me however long that took, quite a while. But it's fun, and it's good quality ammunition when you're done. So if you have any questions, you can drop it in the comments, or if you have any helpful tips, you can also drop that in the comments, because I'm always open for better ways of doing stuff within my means. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you later.